Long range sideways pouring things. Yes. That's like a new one. Oh, I spilled. Oops. Oh, great. Oh. Alrighty, got the AC stuff buttoned up. The water pump is on, coolant's installed, all the intakes and whatnots are reattached. We are moving on to phase 2. We're going out back and down under. It's time to pull the drive shaft, pull the pinion flange, replace the rear seal in the transmission, and replace the pinion seal in the rear axle. Maximum altitude has been achieved. Right there, click. Let's set it down the locks because this thing is huge. There we go. Revisiting the undercarriage, we found this transmission seal that leaks here. I've ordered a repair kit. It's got a little sleeve that slips over that yoke to try to provide a smoother surface. We will determine if we need the repair kit once this is removed. And a little bit farther back, again, we see some lubrication has spilled out and become solidified with dirt exposure. So I'm going to replace the seal on that pinion as well. Removing these bolts is slow going, so I'm going to break them loose, and I'll probably pause the camera until I get it all apart, just to save us all some time and aggravation. Maybe not so much aggravation, perhaps boredom. Yeah, mundane boredom. We'll skip over that. Okay, perfect. Okay, let us swing around to the other side. We'll get this last strap and 2 more bolts, and then the shaft will be coming out. And 1 and 2. That's gonna slip right off. Now, I actually made the same mistake I always make when I pull a drive shaft out, and I didn't put this transmission in neutral. Ordinarily, I wouldn't be able to get these bolts out, but this one just so happened to be in a position where there was enough space there for them to be removed. But most of the time, I have to let it up and then realize I didn't put it in neutral, and then let it back down. But in this particular case, fortune smiled upon me. Okay, let's go over here and get a hold of this shaft and pull it out from the trans. Usually you want to get kind of both hands on it, especially the larger diameter shafts like this one that can be a little tough to handle. They're not as heavy as you might think, but they're very wide. We're just going to get a hold of this and give it a couple tugs, and that should be enough to get it out. Out. There. Now we can see here that this seal has this lip or flange that butts up to the end of the case. The way I'm going to remove this is I'm just going to get behind it with a very, very sharp pry bar or a chisel will work. And I will use my linear impact driver, the little one I just hit you guys with, to just kind of drive it out. I've also got a drain pan positioned directly underneath it here. So chances are there is some fluid in there that's going to spill. Here it comes. Or not. Don't make a liar out of me, seal. I don't want to be called a liar. Seriously? Here it comes. Hey! Oh, there it goes. Oh, it got me in the knee. I'm lubricated. Okay, down here on the gland end of this shaft. It's got a little bit of buildup. I'm going to use this little green scrubby device here, also gifted by a viewer, thank you. And I'm just going to use this guy to polish this stuff up, just to pull off any of that extra crud that could be interfering with making a good seal. So throughout the sanding process, this has become dried up ever so slightly, so I'm going to apply a bit of lube to it and continue to polish in an effort to remove any and all of the buildup that is currently present, particularly around the base. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, see how the lube's carrying away all the dirt and rust buildup? Alright, let's go ahead and wash this off. Looking pretty good. Except for this right here, that's kind of a nasty groove. Yeah, I can feel that with my fingernail through the glove, and I do believe that's on the sealing surface. Wrong can. I don't need lube. I need spray. Okay. All right, well, I don't have the repair kit yet. I'm gonna wait till that arrives and see what the repair kit can do about relocating the sealed position regarding this tail shaft seal, because I know if the seal is riding right here around this area, it's gonna generate a repeat leak, and we don't want that to happen. So we're gonna circle back to this thing Saki style once that part arrives. Until then, we're in limbo regarding this drive shaft component. That being said, let's go ahead and pull the seal out of the rear pinion, and we'll pull the diff cover off as well to clean that thing out. Okay, moving around back again. This nut's a little crusty looking, so let's get some lube on that, and we'll hit this guy with the impact to pull the nut off, and then we can get the puller installed to pull the yoke out of the differential. And while the nuts are soaking in lube, let's go ahead and pull this cover off. Wrong. Not to worry, I'll just use a bigger tool. Victory is mine. I conquer all rear ends. Give it back. Oh, by the way, I'll leave 1 or 2 of these bolts in. That way when this cover cracks loose, it doesn't just dump everywhere all over me. All right. Okay, more pry bar will be sufficient to crack this loose. It's gonna get the wedge in behind the cover, and again, hammer time. There she goes. Oh, drop that one in the bucket. Oops. Alrighty, cool. The magnet's not covered in chunks. This is good. Yeah, looking pretty good in here. We've got the ring gear, pinion gear way in the back, the carrier assembly, and the spider gears. All this stuff's looking good in here. Very nice. Okay, let's turn one of the wheels and we'll rotate this carrier around for a better view of the internals. Let's see what we got. There we go. All right, all the gears look good. There's no pitting or chunks missing from them. Same on the ring gear. This is in excellent condition. Okay, I'm gonna hit this surface with another roll lock wheel. It's this little sander device. It's not sandpaper, and it's very, well, it's not rough. It's not gonna cut into the metal. That being said, I always wanna keep these things moving just in case they want to form a divot, because this is indeed a power tool. Never to be used on aluminum. Get to it. There we go. Nice and shiny. All right, let's spray this down and get all the residual oil out of the case. I'm gonna get the outside first just so we can see how shiny it is. Right clean to the face. This is a little bit overkill, but I figure while I'm in here, I'll get all of the old oil out as much as possible. All the little nooks and crannies and little hiding places. All the way up in the front of the housing. Can down. Uh-oh, broke the end, and I lost it. That's fine, I have a backup can. All right. All right, let's let this drain. I'm gonna get out of here so I can breathe oxygen again. Be back in a minute. It's the next day. This has been sitting here draining all night. We can see that the differential is now nice and shiny. Very clean. I removed almost all of the old oil. I have also, before I left last night, repainted this cover just to make that also nice and shiny. So now it's time to throw the gasket material on there and we will put it back. So I'm only here a half day today, so no screwing around. Let's just get to it. There we go. Okay, let's get this set up. Let's not get this smeared anywhere. Uh-oh. Very careful. There's the bolt holes, okay. Loud noises. All right. I remember I did drop one of those bolts in the drain pan. I have to fetch that later. Ooh, this looks like crap with a painted cover and a rusty diff. Should have had the bolts chromed. Okay, this little bracket guy. Let's get you. Ow. Keep it back. one more and then one more that's oily. Click. Okay, let's see about that bolt that I dropped. We're going magnet fishing. Ah, got it. There it is. Let's make this nice and shiny too. Another. Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Well, you told me to fix the glove box, but there's nothing wrong with the glove box.
How do
There's a whole bunch of parts in the car. This is the battery box. Battery's already in there installed, but there's no way to secure it. There's no screws or bolts or anything.
Oh, okay.
So, should I just fuck it?
No, you don't want to do that because it's a glove box.
The glove box has got a screw holding it shut.
Okay, let's go over there and find out. Hang on. Okay, I didn't look it up, but I'm gonna go for like I think 26 foot-pounds. That's 26 actual clicks. Uh-oh, that's too loose. No clicks there. Get those hard to reach areas. I don't think I've ever torque wrenched a differential cover. Yeah, seriously, this is like the first differential cover I've ever torque wrenched. Ever. You guys did this to me. You know, I probably should have pulled this drain plug or fill plug earlier. Okay, it'll come out. Okay, it's been soaking all night. Move it again and let it ride. Loud. Nice. Okay, now this yoke is on here pretty good, and it's not going to easily come off, so I need to remove it with a puller. It's going to pull on the flange of the yoke and push against the pinion simultaneously. It's splined on, and there's a lot of contact area. Oh, whoa! So let's see if this method's gonna work. Stay. No way. Thing slipped right off. All right. Okay, here's the idea here. I'm going to take this little flanged piece. This is actually like a master steering wheel puller set. But I will take this flanged piece and bolt it on to two of these bolt holes that hold the U-joints in, and then I'll turn the rod, it'll press against the pinion shaft and then pull the flange off of the shaft. That's the plan so far. Okay, I think I've got what I need to set this up. That goes in there. That little this tip will ride inside of the hole in the end of the shaft, and then we just have to bolt this together, and I'm going to use the bolts for the straps that go on the drive shaft. I put a large nut on them as kind of a washer, and that's not enough. It's not going to work. Uh-oh. Try again. All right. Is this going to work? No. They don't. No, the bolts don't reach. Well, okay, change of plans. The short bolts that actually go here don't work, but I've got the longer ones that came with the puller set. I'm gonna have to try these. The problem is it's gonna bring the flange far away. It's actually not a problem. I'll just have to run this this center bolt in much farther, like a lot. Okay, I need to run these bolts in ever so slightly, and I'm just kind of looking to see if it's aligned by eye. That looks good. All right, let's get the center bolt run down to make contact with the shaft. Just the tip. You've got to use that little pointed adapter here, otherwise, like something flat or a hammer will roll these threads and ruin the pinion gear, and that would be bad. All right, it's gonna go. Let's let it ride. There she is. Yes, do you see the splines in there? Now this directly drives the pinion gear inside the differential, which acts directly on the ring gear, which then acts on the carrier assembly, which then acts on the axles, wheels, road, etc. And this is our driving forward force. Get behind it and tap it off. Here it comes. Woo! Okay, let's give this a quick wipe down. And we can go ahead and drive the new seal.
Rubber!
Okay. I know. You can't do that. I'm not hitting the rubber. Ah, come here. Stop escaping. I need that. Looks good. Let's clean this up some here. All right, I've cleaned up this sealing surface with my green scrubby. It's looking pretty good. There's no grooves worn into it. And I'll give it a little bit of lube just for installation purposes. There we go. See a couple little chappy chaps here. Big washer. Uh-oh, I lost my nut. I hate when that happens. Okay, found it. It was over there. Loud. Click. I'm just gonna scrape off all of this built up, leaked out oil, so nobody else mistakes this for a leak that hasn't been repaired yet. Let's clean that off there. Not like eat off of it clean, but leaving witness marks so somebody knows I've been here. Marking my territory, so to speak. There. Nice and shiny. Okay, I looked up spec and this takes 75-90, 2 point something quarts. So I brought 3, and the bottom of the fill hole is the fill line. So you just fill till it runs out. Giggity. Next, I use the same cap so I don't have to cut the cap off of each bottle. Just take the cap off, put the new one on. Long range sideways pouring things. Yes, that's like a new one. Oh, I spilled. You guys see that? Oh, I'll do it again. This is epic. Whoa! That's like a new record. I have found a new game. Oops. Oh, great. Oh. Okay, last bottle. Ray, get a hold of yourself, man. Let me do it again. Look. Yeah, look at it go. I don't know why that amuses me so much. And I can't believe in like almost 20 years I haven't figured this out yet. Oh, that's fantastic. This is how I get through my day. Come on. Oh, there we go. We're full. We're way full. Actually, maybe not. Let's rotate everything around and let it all get coated in oil, and then try to fill some more. See if it takes any more. Okay, that's it. Now we're good. Totally good. Click. Clean off my spillage. Another. Okay, let's move back to the trans and get the rear seal installed. Go on, you. Got it. Good. You can't do that. Okay, time to reinsert the shaft. I have placed a light coating of transmission fluid. Whoa, hit you guys in the face with my shaft. I put a light coating of trans fluid on there to act as lubricant, so this unit may slide in freely. Can't seem to get it to start though. Hang on. Get in there. All right. Oh, there's air in there. It's pushing it back out. Get in there. Stay. Stop doing that. Okay, well, you know there's a good seal if it's holding air pressure. Okay. Go back out back and get the U-joint installed. So I would have liked to have been able to grease these U-joints, but there are no there's no grease fittings anywhere on the joint body. At the very least, what I can do is apply some grease to at least 2 of these caps. And yeah, that's a little aged. I'll throw a little bit in there. Oop, come here. Because why not? It couldn't hurt. There we go. I'll do a little bit on this side too. Okay. Okay. Now, we'll put this back in position and strap it back in. Whoa! Oh no, it won't pull out. Okay. Become secure now. Thank you. Okay, we got it. Okay, let's set up the straps. As always, I'll run all the fasteners in by hand first before applying any torque. That way everything is nice and seated and even. Uh-oh. Dropping it. Don't drop the bolts. Oh man, the Russian accent from the Russian edition Chrysler leaking coolant video is coming back inadvertently. I did not mean to switch to Russian accent there. Click. These do not need to be tightened down as tight as humanly possible, because they're not actually what's doing the work of holding the drive shaft in position. These little thingies here on the flanges do all the work. There, I fixed the light. Yeah, these do all the work. This just secures the U-joint cups to the flange. So they do need to be tight because we don't want them coming out, but not like super hanging off of it with a breaker bar tight. And let's bring it up to torque. Click. Good. All right, recap time. We've got the pinion seal replaced. The pinion cover seal has been resealed. Fluid has been changed and the unit's been cleaned. We move back forward and the tail shaft seal has been replaced and the yoke has been cleaned up so it stops leaking. Now I've got to do a wheel alignment on this. What?
I think you used these tires a little too much.
Let me see. Yeah, that's well loved.
Well loved.
Anyway, so I've got to do a wheel alignment on this later. I went ahead and greased all the fittings that are greasable. Unfortunately, the ball joints do not have grease fittings, and that makes me sad. Oh, while we're here doing a recap, I also found that these bump stops that are missing are unobtainable. In my location right now, it's going to put us past the deadline, so we were not able to find replacement bump stops in a timely manner. It's not really a high volume item, so people don't stock them. All right, time to loud noises. Time to pour a few things. Let's get the oil and the trans fluid refilled. Almost there. All right, that's the last of it. That was 5 quarts of fully synthesized transmission oil. So I need to start it, let everything come up to temp, recheck the levels and whatnot. Oh, I spilled it. Oops. See, I spill less when I don't have a funnel. You guys see that? Look at that. Try to use a funnel. First time in weeks I used a funnel and I spilled fluid everywhere. Begin engine starting sequence now. Alrighty, we have fast forwarded a couple days. It is now after the Christmas season. It's early in the morning. I finally did a restart on this. Coolant level is stabilized. This is good. I did hear that little buzzy noise happen again when I did the first start on this, and I heard it during a shutdown too. Let's see if we can catch it. Nope, didn't happen. Let's see if I can hear it on a restart. No, didn't do it. It's not the AC system or compressor making the noise. That compressor sounds pretty normal. What I